King's Country at kingscountry.net. Welcome to a TGIF edition of the Jim King of the Radio Show. I have a little more pep in my step right now. It's because I just finished some major projects. Well, that's the case every week because I produce this little old TV show, the best little TV show in Texas, the Jim King of the TV Show. Takes quite a few hours to put one of those bad boys together because I'm kind of a stickler for details if you'll watch the show. Anyway, don't miss it this weekend. It's a barn burner. We're going to kick it off with Fiddlin' Dave Varnado. Got some footage of him with the band, the Bill Bertrand Band, in Winnie, Texas. And we followed that up with the exclusive interview from the Museum of the Gulf Coast where he has been inducted. I think it was back in 2017 that he got his induction into the Music Hall of Fame of the Museum of the Gulf Coast in Port Arthur. Anyway, that's a great segment, a couple of segments. We're going to have a Zoom call with Matt Tucker. I'm going to play the audio of that and a new song called Untucked from Matt Tucker. He's a rising country star. And Corey Michael will be in the Royal Spotlight. Got samples and that audio from the Zoom call coming up and much more on King's Country. Stay with me.
Girl, I know it seems like I'm hell or bust.
I'm pretty up on tech. I have to be because of being a solo entrepreneur that I am. I've had to learn how to do everything myself. All this video editing and producing this show and whatnot, and even texting. I text, but can you believe this? Vince Gill is 67 years old, still as cool as ever, of course, but check out his claim to fame regarding technology.
I've never sent a text. I'm the most non-tech guy that ever walked Earth. I love to talk to people. I'm pretty old school and all that, so I don't understand how it all works, but everybody's having a pretty good time.
King's Country, kingscountry.net. I'm Jim King of the Radio. Stay with me. I've got a special guest joining me. She's an actress, singer, songwriter, recording artist out of Nashville, Sophie Bolin. You might have seen her on TV or watched some of her commercials. I got an exclusive with her on the way. Stay with us on King's Country.
Come here, baby, come here, baby, come here. Home is where the heart can see.
King of the road. Sophie Bolin, great to see you in the flesh finally.
Great to
I love
see
your
you
new
too.
video where the heart can sing.
Thank you so much. I had so much fun doing it, and I'm excited it's out there in the world. I co-wrote this song actually like 4 years ago, so it's crazy that it's coming out now, with my mentor, Rebecca Lynn Howard. She's an amazing singer, songwriter, performer, all-around good human being. I love her so much. We wrote this together like 4 years ago. But I never even thought that I could be a songwriter until I started doing it, and I fell in love with the process.
Well, I always like to brag to you Nashville types about the talent that we have right here in Beaumont, Texas. I've been here for about 25 years, and I was real excited when I first found out I was moving here because I was in country radio. And this has been an area that's really spawned a lot of talent in country music.
So much from Texas. I just went to Texas the first time this year.
Yeah, well, especially in this area because George Jones grew up just a few miles from here in Saratoga, Texas, and he recorded his first songs at a place that is now a saloon in Beaumont. And then in the 90s, we had Mark Chestnut, Tracy Byrd, and Clay Walker. And then I think Nashville got tired of Beaumonters, and they passed us up for a few years. But we still have a lot of talent here. It's kind of like a little Nashville here in Southeast Texas, and I like to brag about that.
Totally. You got talent going out the wazoo.
Yeah. But your area, it must be something up there in the Great Lakes, too, because we've had a lot of talent come from the Midwest as well, and you're one of them, a rising country star, and I'm real excited about this new video where the heart can sing. Tell us about the making of the video.
Yeah, so let's see. We actually, this week, last year, was when we filmed it. And I've had such a joy. I've been producing my own music videos, which is so much fun. It's a big part of my writing process, too, because I have a background in film acting, and it's fun to do, like, the behind-the-scenes of creating a video. Mm-hmm. So I've had just a ball producing it. And I've been working with Ben Lemon. He's out of Michigan. He is an amazing director and cinematographer, and we filmed this in one day. And it was just us two. He kind of was directing. I picked out all the locations and everything and did all the communications, found a truck, and we went out on the road and we filmed at the county fair that I grew up showing at. We filmed at my best friend's farm. We filmed at Roanoke Ranch for Kids, which is in Lowell, Michigan, and they're a ranch that helps at-risk youth through horses. So we filmed at all these locations, and then I wanted to really show my story because this song is about my journey to Nashville and just feeling at home. And so we spliced in a whole bunch of home videos into the music video to kind of portray that. So we had a hoot doing it. It was really scrappy. It was just us two out on the road for a day.
Here comes Her Highness Sophie Bullen with Where the Heart Can Sing as our King's Country Music Clip of the Week from Nashville. King's Country at kingscountry.net. We do appreciate everyone listening to us, streaming us from wherever you are in the World Wide Web. But this was a station that was designed and launched by yours truly and Mickey Ashworth with the Southeast Texas and Southwestern Louisiana country fan in mind. You'll notice a little touch. We've got a little flair to our area here in Southeast Texas thanks to the melting pot of cultures, talking the Cajuns, the Hispanics, and the blacks, all melted into a gumbo of great music and culture here in Southeast Texas. And you'll notice a sprinkling of that here and there in our playlist. So listen all you want, and we'll play more on King's Country. King's Country at kingscountry.net. I'm Jim King of the radio. I got to admit, I've always been a rock fan, especially Southern rock. Loved me some Leonard Skinner, which brings me to this thing. Chris Stapleton, of course, is now an icon. But before he got famous, fans used to mistake him for other musicians all the time. Listen to what happened to him the first time he went to the Grammys.
The first time I ever went to the Grammys, I was in the line, and some guy just started losing his mind. He's like, man, I love your music so much. And I was in a band called the Steel Drivers at the time. It was the first time we'd ever been nominated for anything. It was a bluegrass band. Nobody knew who we were at the moment. And he just kept going on, and I was like, man, you don't even know who I am, do you? And he's like, yeah, you're in Leonard Skinner, don't you?
While in Texas, the top turned outlaw. Like really.
Coming to the studio of King of the Road Productions in Beaumont, Texas. This is where I create a lot of stuff. May not be your cup of tea, but I'm enjoying myself, and that's why I do what I do. Okay? And it's come a long way. So check out the latest episode of the Jim King of the TV show, airing 6 times now on Fox 4, the CW, Strike TV, and YouTube, last time I checked. It's a jam-packed entertainment extravaganza. I'm calling this one a fiddle and fun episode. I always like to have a little tongue twister to kick it off, because we're kicking it off with a cat named David Varnado, a.k.a. Fiddlin' Dave Varnado. We'll get to that in just a second. We also have Corey Michael. We've got a Zoom call with Matt Tucker. But here's a little snippet of my David Varnado exclusive. We kick it off by cruising to Winnie, Texas, and checking out a band called the Bill Bertrand Band. And you get to check out David, too. Stay with
me. Each night I make the rounds to every spot in town. A lonely man with lonely time to kill. All I can say is what a way to live. The path my memories take just makes my poor heart ache. I think of her, I guess I always will. All I can say is what a way to live.
Once again, we're back at the Museum of the Gulf Coast in Port Arthur, where David Varnado is in good company in the Music Hall of Fame. Here he is telling us about the Bill Bertrand Band, which you just saw live in Winnie, Texas.
I met Bill Bertrand when I was about 17 years old, and he hired the Ace in the Hole Band, which is George Strait's group, and hired those guys to go into a recording studio in Austin, Texas. And Bill Bertrand was doing a little project, and he was the lead singer. He wanted a CD out at that time. I think it was a CD or a cassette tape, I'm not sure. But went in that recording studio there at Bismo Recordings, where Asleep at the Wheel is where they record as well, and I think Ray Benson has that studio. But went in there with Ace in the Holes group, and we did I think it was 12 songs. That's how I met Bill Bertrand, was through Ace in the Hole, George Strait's band.
As you can imagine, Fiddlin' Dave is very honored and humbled to have his very own display in the Music Hall of Fame.
I'm inducted in here with Janis Joplin, Joel Saunier, who was the first one ever brought me to Nashville when I was 16. I'm in here with ZZ Top, the Big Bopper. I'm right next to Betsy Barksdale, who worked with Michael Jackson up to his last day of being alive on this earth. So it means everything to me. It's pinnacle of pinnacles. I can't think of any other place I'd want to be than the Museum of the Gulf Coast here in Port Arthur, Texas.
King of the Road. Here comes this week's Honky Tonk Texas Fabulous Flashback.
A lot of people don't know it, but David took a lot of flack when he was a youngster for being a fiddle player. Everybody was in a hard rock mode and all that,
right.
You know, and a lot of people made fun of him at school, and the people that worked for his mom and daddy, you know, and he'd come and he'd be aggravated. I said, man, your day is coming, you know. Just keep on doing what you're doing, you know. And when the radio station shut down, we kind of lost track of each other for a little while.
Yeah.
Found that he had wound up in Nashville, and I went back to work in the oil field. And we had satellite TV like 120 miles out in the Gulf. And Saturday night, I always stayed up to watch the Grand Ole Opry. And I'd always go outside and make a round because I had engines that were running and I had temperatures and everything to check.
Right.
And I came back up the stairs and Loretta Lynn was singing. And all of a sudden, that's my boy with his tuxedo on, man, and he's getting down after us, man, you know. So I woke up everybody on the platform. Y'all come see, y'all come see, y'all come see, you know. So everybody came in the TV room. Well, what's the matter? I said, shut up and listen. You know, just shut up and listen.
King of the Road. That was this week's Honky Tonk Texas Fabulous Flashback.
Don't miss the show this weekend on Fox 4, the CW Strike TV, right here in Southeast Texas, and YouTube right now. Don't tell anybody. You can stream the whole episode on YouTube right now. And thanks for streaming King's Country. KingsCountry.net. I'm Jim King of the radio, all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, fresh back from a vacay. Took an 8-day cruise with Suzanne Simmons. We cruised out of Galveston. First stop was Key West, Florida. Then we went to 3 places in the Bahamas, including Half Moon Cay. It's an island owned by Carnival Cruise Lines. So they raked it in at Half Moon Cay. They let you off the ship, and then they rent you a bunch of stuff. But that was fun. Most beautiful beaches I'd ever seen in my life. And they give you free lunch because you're on Carnival. We also went to Freeport, and final stop was Nassau. That was cool. Went to Atlantis, that famous place. But anyhow, we're heading into a Labor Day weekend, and, of course, we're here on the Gulf Coast where we're bracing for lots of wetness. For days, it's just going to be raining. Nobody's going to be going to the beach, safe to say, much to our dismay. Because, FYI, it's National Beach Day.
We're going to the beach. You coming?
The beach is a perfect place to pick up chicks.
Just having a little moonlight skinny dip in the ocean.
Today is beach day.
Having a ball, having fun.
I'm somewhere on the beach, sipping something strong. Got a new girl, she got it going on. We drink all day and party all night. I'm way too gone to have you on my mind.
I just want to lie on the beach and eat hot dogs.
I got tons of stuff I can do. I'm going to hit the beach, go swimming.
We're going to hit the beach. There's nothing better than a beautiful day at the beach.
All right.
Somewhere on the beach, sipping something strong. Yeah, I'm somewhere on the beach.
I can't live without you, baby.
Country at kingscountry.net. That does it for a TGIF edition of the Jim King of the Radio Show. Pretty much all I do now is a TGIF edition. I've gotten so busy with my video, and I put so much into my TV shows each week that I really don't have time to sit down and do a radio show. That's why I look forward to doing it on Fridays. I can always enter it into the Press Club of Southeast Texas Excellence in Media Awards and possibly win for the 13th time. The only one that's ever won the Best Music, Entertainment, and Humor Show. The comedy, that's what they like. The comedy, that's what gets them. Anyway, have a great Labor Day weekend. Keep it between the ditches, and we'll talk to you next week on King's Country.